Associated British Ports is the largest ports group in the UK, handling around a quarter of the country's seaborne trade. With the launch of its new Ready for Tomorrow sustainability strategy, ABP is redefining what keeping Britain trading means through a two-pronged approach.
So our target is to become net zero emission by 2040. That will of course require a lot of work and a lot of investment in our own port operation. In terms of our customers, then of course it is upgrading our ports and our port infrastructure to really be able to host these different projects coming in the future, whether that is related to offshore wind, floating offshore wind, carbon capture and storage, hydrogen import, CO2 import in the future. So what we believe is that we will see our port infrastructure actually be used as an accelerator for the wider energy transition here in the UK.
This is Immingham Port, one of the 4 ABP ports in the Humber, alongside Hull, Grimsby and Goole. We all rely on goods that pass through ports in containers like these, and here in the heart of the Humber is the UK's busiest ports complex, which is playing a central role in enabling the transition to clean energy. ABP is investing £2 billion to achieve this. £600 million in new port equipment to replace diesel-burning plant, vehicles and vessels with electric or hydrogen-powered alternatives. It's a change that's already having an impact for employees.
We all try and do our bit, whether it be recycling at home, and actually this is much bigger scale stuff in terms of moving the needle on things, some really big equipment that emit a lot of carbon.
It means a lot to me. It means a lot for the future, for my children and my children's children. So to work for a company as well that's doing that is fantastic.
The remaining £1.4 billion investment will be for infrastructure and facilities to support customers involved in major energy transition projects. ABP has already delivered a number of those at its ports in the Humber, such as Greenport Hull, an offshore wind manufacturing facility making blades for the growing offshore wind sector in the North Sea. And in the pipeline is another nationally significant project, a new jetty and infrastructure for the Immingham Green Energy Terminal.
The Humber produces about 16 million tonnes of carbon a year. The network to take that carbon will connect to that jetty, as well as taking the carbon from the emitters here and go into a scheme called the Viking Carbon Capture Scheme, working with a company called Harbour Energy, and put that carbon in depleted gas caverns off the coast of Lincolnshire. Now, it is a big part of decarbonising the UK here in Immingham, as well as importing hydrogen or ammonia, cracked into hydrogen, that will be a big player in replacing fossil fuels in the future.
The Ready for Tomorrow strategy is much broader than a net zero target. ABP also wants to improve port air quality, waste and water management, as well as protect and promote biodiversity.
Across ABP, we have over 500 hectares of land that's solely managed for biodiversity. It's a programme that's been ongoing for over 20 years across the business. So we have large-scale sites located near to our ports that provide important coastal habitats, such as mudflat and salt marsh. But we also have pockets and stepping stone sites within our port estate.
The scale of ABP's sustainability ambition is unprecedented in the UK port sector.
I think it's important for a greener future for my kids, and maybe I'll have grandkids one day as well. But I also think we should look at it from an economic point of view, because all the investments that you will see in the green energy infrastructure, it will generate a lot of jobs. And that economic activity will also really drive the energy transition and thereby a better environment for all of us.